Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. XRP is just being stubborn as hell, and I absolutely love it. XRP is sitting at 52 cents. It's up 5.25% over the last 24 hours. At the time I'm recording this, Bitcoin is down 2.22%. Earlier today, it was down over 3%. I think it was more like 3.25%. And stocks are down too. It's like the broader crypto asset class, almost everything is in the red. Almost everything, if you just, here you can see me scroll down for those of you looking at the screen, I'm on Live Coin Watch, it's just the top 50 coins. You see a small bit of green, even the ones that are green though, they might as well be at zero just about. So market's not doing so hot, but XRP's been behaving like this quite a bit lately, has it not? Have you noticed this? As markets have been tumbling, and because look, fine, we've been trading sideways, crypto's been range bound mostly lately, but when there are these bigger drops, which is subjective, and I'm speaking in relative terms here, when those hit, and they have hit, XRP mostly is just like, what are you doing over there? I'm not paying attention. I don't care. XRP just does its own damn thing. There's something different now. This is not how XRP normally behaves. I've been tracking this damn thing for almost 5 entire years at this point, and this is not common behavior. I'm not complaining. I'm just observing. I like seeing this. It's like XRP just refuses to go back down to 32 cents, famous last words. I probably jinxed it now, didn't I? So anyway, I just want to share with you some thoughts and a little bit of what's going on in the market. Also, there's, and I guess we'll use the word influencer in the world of crypto who has 1 million followers who said something completely absurd. And I want to kind of break this down a little bit. He said one of the cringiest things you can say about XRP. And nothing against this guy personally, but it's ridiculous. He's because I've seen, look, I have seen crypto media outlets, phrase this too, because they're full of a bunch of staff that are C students. But this guy said that Ripple is the parent company of XRP. What in the ever-loving hell? So I had a little response there I want to share with you. And also there was a cool article from the Daily Hodl talking about how the NASDAQ is jumping into crypto, and they see opportunity despite the allegedly scare times that we're in right now. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So as I stated, XRP 52 cents. Currently, Bitcoin down to $19,615. Market cap $974 billion. Bitcoin dominance 38.61%. You got the crypto fear and greed index at 24 out of 100. So market's back into extreme fear. Here's the 24-hour chart for XRP, though. It just goes up. Don't mind seeing that. Now here's the 24-hour chart for Bitcoin. It just goes down. Oh, wah, sad. And here's the S&P 500, though. This is the one-day chart for now, mine just is during business hours, so it's not a 24-hour chart. But for the one-day chart for Friday, you can see the S&P just moved on down. And so given that there's a strong, very strong correlation between stocks in crypto, it's not surprising to see that as stocks went down, crypto went down. But XRP's like, nah, I'm going to do my own little thing here. And so I tweeted this out. There are actually 2 tweets. I'll share this one first. This is from just this afternoon. I wrote, XRP now at 52 cents and just doesn't seem to want to give up. It's been in this range for a while, but can't stay here forever. Looking forward to seeing how this resolves. And I mentioned that the other day too. It's worth stating. I love seeing what it's doing here, but XRP will not stay in this narrow range forever. Either it's going to break to the upside dramatically, or it's going to break to the downside dramatically, but it's not going to stay here forever. That's an impossibility as far as I'm concerned. And I'm optimistic for the upside. The analysts that I follow, not all of them are highly confident, but a number of them are thinking that what's more probable is a move to the upside. I also tweeted this out this afternoon. I wrote, it's so fascinating that we see XRP up in price almost 5%, now it's over 5%, in the past 24 hours, while Bitcoin is down over 3% along with most other coins. This has happened a lot lately. As crypto markets go down periodically, XRP seems to not give a damn. And that's the truth. And look at this from Cointelegraph. Why is the crypto market down today? And they hit the nail on the head. So I wanted to cover just a small portion of this article because it seems to increasingly become just accepted knowledge. But this was kind of like blasphemy to the Bitcoin maxi tribe, especially, probably still is, but especially back in the day. Because the whole narrative around Bitcoin is that it's a hedge against inflation and tumultuous times, but it's not. Maybe it will be in the future, but it's not right now. It's behaving the same as stocks, it just is. So check this out from Cointelegraph. Crypto prices are falling on October 7th as Bitcoin failed in its attempt to lock in gains above $20,500 level. For the past 115 days, Bitcoin has been pinned between 17.6 and 24.5, and in thousands, of course. And the current price action simply shows Bitcoin trading within the lower section of the range. Ether and a majority of altcoin prices are also seeing single-digit losses. Generally, the crypto market is tracking the pullback taking place in equities markets, with the S&P 500, Dow, and NASDAQ down 2.16%, 1.62%, and 3.03% respectively. So there we go. I've been saying it for the longest time. It's so nice to see crypto media finally talking about this. And not that this is the first time a crypto media outlet has ever said this, but it used to never be said, and I see it a little bit more now. But it's so obviously true. I mean, just the other day I showed y'all a 7-year chart of I can't remember if it was Bitcoin or the entire crypto asset class, but it was layered over I think it was the S&P 500. And you saw, like, even though crypto is more volatile and the percentage gains and declines are much more dramatic in terms of the movements, it correlated just about perfectly. And so it's an undeniable fact of life that Bitcoin is not a hedge against inflation. It is, at least it's not behaving like that, and it never has. Maybe it will be in the future, but it's not now. It's a false narrative, so don't fall for it. But it's also a reason that one of the many reasons I'm not scared to see my net worth go down because, my investments in, stocks in crypto goes down. Like, I just don't care. It doesn't matter. It's not going to stay like that. As long as I have new money coming in to pay for what I need to pay for, like, what the hell do I care? Net worth temporarily going down because market cycles exist? Come on. That's childish stuff here. Now let's get into this. And again, nothing against this individual. There's an individual named Lark Davis, and he tweeted this video clip out that's 44 seconds. I'm not going to play it, but his tweet at the top, it says, "Can 10,000 XRP make you rich?" So I don't even want to broach that subject. That's not the point of me bringing this up. I decided to watch this clip because I was curious. I was like, okay, this guy's talking about XRP. He's not a complete monster against XRP, but I don't get the sense that he's ever been a fan of XRP. So the fact that he was talking about this, I was like, I don't know, listen to this nonsense. And it ended up actually being nonsense. Like, I didn't think that it would be that ridiculous. It's just a guy giving his opinion about, what maybe 10,000 XRP might be worth in the future. But he did say something completely ridiculous. He said that Ripple is the parent company of XRP. Now, mind you, so I may have 146,000 subscribers on YouTube right now. On Twitter, for most of the time over the last several years, I mean, I've been a lot more active, I guess, over the last year, but for most of the time I've had it, I haven't been as active compared to as active I've been on YouTube. So I've got 98,600 followers on Twitter. The reason I'm bringing this up, though, so again, I have less than 100,000 followers on Twitter. This guy has, as you can see on your screen, 1 million followers. So he's got just a hair over 10 times as many followers as I do. And the reason I wanted to highlight this is because it illustrates that the vast majority of people that watch this clip recognized how ridiculous what he said actually was. And so I'm using my platform to correct the record. This is not to attack him personally, but it's to correct the record because he shouldn't be saying this stuff. And I want to make this very clear. And so the reason that I was citing the follower count is because, and this illustrates the point that people realize by and large that he's being ridiculous. He got 385 likes on his tweet, and my response to him, the first of two, got 567. He got 385, I got 567. That's with him having 10 times as many followers. And also, here's a fun little tidbit: replies to main tweets don't show up nearly as much in the main feed, which is how people come across content. If you have an original tweet, it's the first tweet in a thread, like you created it. That I know this to be true. The algorithm it props those up more than replies to tweets. And so the fact that he's got 10 times as many followers and 10 times as many followers, and then since mine was a reply, not a main tweet, that means that I should have gotten less exposure. The idea that mine got more likes than his is absurd, but that's because what he said was absurd, frankly. And so here is my response to him after stating that Ripple is the parent company of XRP, and it's 2 tweets. I'll read them both back to back. You just said in this clip that Ripple is the parent company of XRP. How can any decentralized cryptocurrency have a parent company? Even if such a thing were possible, how could Ripple be the parent company of XRP when XRP was created before Ripple? Also, note that XRP is an asset. Ripple owns lots of assets, such as desks in their offices. Is Ripple the parent company of the desks that they own? Or do you have a misunderstanding of what a parent company is? And so I think it's very obvious he doesn't know what a parent company is. I mean, if he did, some people, I don't know if they word stuff like this intentionally. I don't get the sense that he did. I mean, maybe he did just as a little jab. I doubt it. But a parent company, then you'd be a parent to another company. XRP's not a company, damn it. Like, the fact this even needs to be stated, it's just astonishing to me. This guy is a massive influencer in the world of crypto. He has a massive YouTube channel. And for anyone with that type of following to state something that is so obviously incorrect, it's just astonishing to me. But it is what it is. So I wanted to take a time, since this is an XRP-centric channel after all, just kind of set the record straight on that. And then there's this from the Daily Hodl. NASDAQ executive says there's massive demand and opportunity in one sector of the crypto industry. And I do love this because we're in a bear market, right? Well, NASDAQ is very thrilled about the future. Check this out. And this, by the way, this is also in line with something I've been saying on and off for a number of years. There's going to be an increased blurring of the lines between what's a crypto platform and what's a legacy finance platform, because everything's going to be tokenized, and both sides of this thing, legacy finance and crypto, wherever you start, you're going to want to get into the other stuff, especially as tokenization occurs. And we're at the beginning phases of this, but this is happening. It's inevitable as far as I'm concerned. But check this out. A top executive at NASDAQ Inc. says they are seizing upon a large market demand with their plan to launch services for custody and execution of cryptocurrency. Tal Cohen, NASDAQ's executive vice president and head of North American markets, says in a Bloomberg interview that the second largest stock exchange is focused on custody services as its first major step into the digital asset business. And here's a quote. "Today we're focused on custody. That's foundational. We think if you can safely keep people's assets, they'll trust you to do everything else afterwards. So we'll start with the foundational piece. We'll build up from there. We'll have execution capabilities because it's not just the safekeeping, it's the movement and transfer of those assets that we want to facilitate," end quote. Yeah, exactly. And so I've been in the space coming up on 5 years in November. I'll consider my initiation date, if you will, to be November 10th, because that's when, on a whim, I did jump in and purchase a few cryptocurrencies for the first time ever. And it was after I read a bad, negative, scary story about, I think it was an exchange getting hacked and ETH was stolen, if memory serves anyway. Yeah, that's what got me into crypto. And I was curious, but and I didn't think it was the end of the world necessarily. But to the idea of having NASDAQ, to be like, yeah, we're going to do this to jump into crypto further, and there's a future. Even 5 years ago, it was absurd. Just like to think that they'd say something. Now, I say absurd just because they wouldn't have said it at that time. I always thought, well, crypto's here to stay, so I think they're going to come eventually. But the idea of them actually saying that back then was completely absurd. Like they were going to jump out in 2017. Oh, no. You were not seeing it. So it's amazing. It doesn't feel like 5 years, but it has been almost 5 years for me. And my gosh, the mindset, just in the time that I've been here actively participating, it's just a complete change. It's been a major maturation of this asset class in that sense, in terms of acceptance. And it's at the point where now, if you don't have a plan for crypto and you're in any way attached to the world of legacy finance, you're going to start to look like the weirdo. You're the one where people are going to start to be like, oh gosh, this person doesn't get it, or this firm doesn't get it. You're the one that's going to be out of touch. And that's where we're increasingly heading towards, and there is no moving back. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.